The movie begins with Nicky Spurgeon, a skilled con artist, arriving at a bar in New York City. While sitting there, he notices a young blonde woman being bothered by a man. To escape the situation, she goes over to Nicky's table and pretends to know him. Her name is Jess.
5? Jess.
After spending some time drinking together, Jess lures Nicky upstairs to her hotel room. As things get heated between them, a man suddenly bursts in holding a gun and threatens Nicky. Jess pretends that the man is her husband. Nicky quickly realizes the setup is a scam. He makes light of the situation, explaining that if they truly wanted to rob him, they should have done it differently. He then leaves, unimpressed by their attempt.
Let's be honest, you've been aggrieved. Any idea what I was about to do is gonna be no good to you after that. So.
What kind of stuff are we talking about?
Sally, bachelor party. You'd really be doing me a favor, see?
Us.
Oh shit! I knew this wasn't gonna.
It's the money.
Or what?
Or he's gonna.
Grandma Mikulski had cancer.
Curiosity takes hold of him afterward, and once Jess leaves the hotel, Nicky tracks her down and invites her out for coffee. He tells her a story about two con partners who once ran a scam that went wrong. To make it look like they weren't working together, one had to shoot the other. The story is about Nicky's own father and grandfather, who used a trick called the Toledo panic button. Jess becomes fascinated and asks Nicky to teach her how to do what he does. He agrees, telling her that the art of conning depends on focus.
Father used to run it. My father started shilling for him. The day they get burned. Mom, everybody's guns come. No way out, except one.
Outside, Nicky explains that attention works like a spotlight. People can only focus on one thing at a time. He demonstrates this by quietly taking small items from her without her noticing, showing her how easily the human mind can be distracted. Afterward, he wishes her luck and walks away. Later, Nicky heads to New Orleans to work with his friend Horst and a crew of professional grifters. He also struggles with a gambling problem, losing money on horse races. Jess eventually tracks him down again after researching him. She asks to join his operation. Nicky agrees to test her skills and introduces her to Horst, who already knew she would show up.
Come on, please, can we, I'm sorry.
Can I suggest that? So bad.
Is it?
Okay, let's go.
During Super Bowl week, the city is full of visitors, and the team prepares for their next big job. Jess goes through training with them, moving through the crowded streets as they lift watches, wallets, and jewelry from unsuspecting people. Nicky is impressed by how quickly she learns, and she officially becomes part of the team. They later take her to a casino hotel, showing her more advanced scams involving identity theft and credit card fraud. They even use fake ATMs to record people's PIN codes. Jess meets Farhad, another one of Nicky's close partners, who deals with the more complex parts of their operations. Although Farhad comes across as blunt and dismissive, Jess eventually warms up to him. When Nicky explains how they divide profits and what happens to the stolen goods, Jess notices a necklace she likes. Nicky reminds her that everything they steal must be sold so that nothing links back to them. Jess asks him about pulling off a massive con that could make them enough to retire.
Fantasy. We are in the vault.
Nicky tells her that their work is all about quantity, not a single big score. Large scams are only fantasies.
Everybody who gets pinched, knock wood. To a guy in Singapore, the shopaholic in the gray market. Yesterday we bought.
Incredible. I think that maybe I
No.
could.
So
So I thought you're all big time.
Later, Nicky asks for a stack of cash to use at a racetrack. The team double-checks every bag and counts all the money before the job. Nicky arranges a place for Jess to stay, but reminds her that personal relationships shouldn't mix with work. Despite that, he ends up going to her anyway, and they begin a romantic relationship. Jess learns that some people call Nicky Mellow, a nickname from his father, who used to say he was soft like a marshmallow. Nicky admits that love has no place in their line of work because emotional ties can be dangerous.
Guess you can't blame him. I mean, he told me about that. Stop it.
Before the Super Bowl, when the team finishes all their smaller scams, Nicky gathers everyone to celebrate. They've earned $1.2 million, a record week for them. He sends the team home, promising to deliver their shares. Horst hands him the bag of money and makes him swear not to gamble with it. Nicky keeps his promise while Jess watches him.
Of course. That, all right? Stop showing off.
Later, the two go to a football game together. Jess admits she is not interested in football, so Nicky turns the outing into a playful betting game between them. They start making small wagers on what might happen around them. Things like whether a fan will catch a flying hot dog or if another will be too drunk to stand up for the crowd wave. At one point, a woman wearing short shorts walks by, catching the attention of the people around her. Nicky and Jess decide to bet on how many men will turn to look at her as she passes. Jess guesses 8, while Nicky guesses 3. A man named Mr. Lu Yan, who is sitting nearby and has been watching their little game, decides to join in. He bets 5. As the woman walks through the stands, 7 men turn their heads to look. Jess's guess is the closest. Mr. Lu Yan, amused by the result, suggests that they start placing bets on the actual football game instead. Jess turns down the offer, explaining that she knows nothing about football.
I don't know football.
Nicky agrees to Mr. Lu Yan's suggestion and places a $1,000 bet on the game, which he loses. When Nicky tries to walk away, Lu Yan urges him to keep playing. Hesitant but drawn in, Nicky raises the stakes. One loss leads to another, and soon he hands over a stack of cash. The bets continue to grow in size until the situation spirals out of control. After losing $100,000, Jess becomes alarmed. She pushes the team's money bag into Nicky's hands, insisting that they stop before it's too late. Ignoring her plea, Nicky takes the bag, places it on the table, and wagers everything they have, the entire $1.1 million, on a single high card draw. Lu Yan, thrilled by the challenge, accepts. He draws a 5. The odds seem to favor Nicky, but when he flips his own card, it turns out to be a 3. The team's entire earnings are gone. Jess sits in disbelief, unable to speak, while Nicky stands frozen, stunned by his own recklessness. He finally turns to leave, but Lu Yan mocks him for losing. Nicky pauses, consumed by frustration, and decides to make one last desperate bet. He challenges Lu Yan to choose any player on the football field, promising that he can identify the one Lu Yan picks, an almost impossible guess. Lu Yan hesitates, thinking Nicky has lost his mind, and initially refuses. Nicky raises the stakes by saying that Jess will be the one to make the guess, leaving her anxious and confused. Tempted by what seems like free money, Lu Yan agrees and selects a player. As Jess scans the field through binoculars, Lu Yan gives them a chance to walk away, but Nicky silently insists that she continue. Nervously, Jess studies the players again until her eyes stop on Farhad, wearing a jersey with the number 55. She calls out her choice, and to everyone's amazement, except Nicky's, it turns out to be correct.
My friend?
Any player on or off the field, and
Any player who won.
it's good odds for you.
Get
Okay, you pick the player.
I can't turn down for you, God a bit.
Later, during the cab ride back, Nicky explains to Jess that the entire event had been planned in advance. He knew that Lu Yan was a heavy gambler, so he arranged for the number 55 to appear around him all day, on signs, clothing, and even tickets, planting the number in his mind so he would choose it when the bet came up. As they drive, Nicky asks the taxi driver to pull over, while another car approaches from behind. He instructs the driver to take Jess to the airport. Leaving her with her share of the winnings, he steps out and drives away without another word, leaving Jess confused and heartbroken.
What's going on? Why are we going over? Nick, what is this?
Job is over.
Now
Airport.
going to the airport. Wait,
You did great.
what's going
You're
on?
great.
3 years later, Nicky is in Buenos Aires, Argentina. He is working with a billionaire race car owner named Rafael Garriga and his associate Owens. They possess a new fuel burn algorithm designed to give Rafael's team an edge in the upcoming racing season. Still, Rafael worries that it will not be enough to secure victory. To strengthen their position, Nicky is assigned to pose as a disgruntled former employee and sell a fake version of the algorithm to Rafael's main rival, McEwen. The plan is to make the competitors' cars slower while ensuring Rafael's team gains the upper hand.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
I'll see you.
At a lavish party in Rafael's mansion, Nicky puts his con in motion. He tells the bartender to serve him water whenever he orders vodka on the rocks so that he can appear drunk while staying sober, maintaining his cover as a supposed alcoholic. He mingles with the guests, playing his role carefully. As he prepares to confront Raphael as part of the setup, Nicky is stunned when he sees Jess descending the stairs in a red dress. She greets the room confidently and kisses Raphael, making it clear that they are together. The sight leaves Nicky shaken. Trying to regain his composure, Nicky approaches her. She appears calm and collected, showing no sign of regret, and makes it clear that she has moved on from her past life in cons.
About my past, so you don't know me.
Okay.
Feeling dejected, Nicky asks for a drink, but the bartender, warned about his supposed drinking problem, only serves him water. Later that night, he gives in and drinks several appletinis instead, genuinely becoming drunk. In this state, he confronts Raphael as planned, but instead of a staged act, he loses control and punches him in the face, partly out of frustration, partly out of jealousy over Jess. Owen steps in and removes Nicky from the scene. Outside, Nicky is approached by one of McEwen's guards, who hands him credentials and an invitation to meet McEwen for lunch the next day. When Nicky meets McEwen for lunch, he struggles to focus on their conversation. His thoughts drift constantly toward Jess, who flirts openly with Raphael nearby, stirring a mix of anger and longing inside him. Nicky and Jess decide they will reunite once they have solid proof that Nicky's fuel-burning algorithm is genuine.
Just saying, Jess.
Later, when Jess is apart from Raphael, Nicky approaches her to warn her about him. She challenges his trustworthiness because of how he once abandoned her. Before leaving, she returns his wallet, showing that her sharpness and skill haven't faded.
Still an easy lift.
Ricky arranges a deal with McEwen for 3 million euros after data suggests that Nicky's fake algorithm appears legitimate. During this time, Nicky keeps finding ways to be around Jess, using small tricks and setups just to get close to her. Jess plays along, giving him just enough attention to keep him guessing, but deep down she has no plans to trust him again. She keeps her distance and makes it clear that she has moved past his old games.
That was pathetic. Oh, does that work? Falling for your shit again. Very happy.
Running out of options, Nicky brings Farhad into the situation, hoping he can convince Jess to forgive him for what happened years ago. Farhad gives her the necklace she once wanted, hoping it might soften her. Nicky later speaks with her again, sharing that he has not worked in years and even turned to his father for help because things never felt right. Jess listens but remains cautious, knowing his reputation. When their paths cross once more, emotions get the better of them, and they end up spending the night together. The next morning, Nicky tells Jess he plans to leave that night and wants her to come along. Their time is interrupted when Owens appears at the door, complaining about Nicky's slow progress and the younger generation in general. While Owens moves around the room as if searching for something, Jess quietly slips onto the balcony and escapes. Before leaving, Owens drops off a package.
Still sleeping? Thought you were meeting later. It makes me uncomfortable. My feet.
Afterward, Nicky sells Raphael's real algorithm not only to McEwen, but also to every other racing team for the same price, earning around 27 million euros. He receives a warning that his actions have been discovered, but he delays leaving because he doesn't want to abandon Jess. As he prepares to go, she suddenly arrives at his door, just as danger closes in. One of McEwen's guards makes a suspicious purchase before setting out to track them down. Soon after, he crashes his car into Nicky's vehicle, capturing both Nicky and Jess. They wake up bound and gagged in one of Raphael's warehouses. Raphael reveals that he had planted someone in McEwen's company to monitor Nicky's activities. He confronts Nicky, explaining that he knows about the 3 million deal and the extra 27 million, realizing Nicky sold the same algorithm to everyone. Demanding answers, Raphael pressures Nicky to explain how he got the real algorithm. Under stress, Nicky confesses that he used Jess to access Raphael's system by planting a bug in the necklace she once admired. When she returned to Raphael's room, it allowed him to intercept the computer password. Jess breaks down upon hearing this. Raphael laughs at the confession, recognizing it as a lie, and removes the tape from her mouth.
I think he's lost his mind.
What is so funny?
Or lie.
So funny.
What's so funny?
Not my boyfriend.
Jess admits to Nicky that Raphael was never her boyfriend. She only stayed close to him because she wanted his expensive watch worth $200,000. She never slept with him or entered his room, even though Raphael often tried to get closer to her. Her actions were meant to make Nicky jealous and to get even for how he had treated her in the past. Nicky finally decides to come clean about everything, but before he can explain, Owens shoots him in the chest. The sudden act shocks Garriga, who immediately leaves in panic. Nicky lies bleeding as Jess breaks down beside him, convinced that he is dying. Owens then explains that he hit Nicky in a spot that avoided the main arteries, though one of his lungs was damaged. He drains the blood from Nicky's lungs and manages to save him. Afterward, Owens calls Nicky by the name Mello, which makes Jess realize that Owens is actually Nicky's father, Bucky Spurgeon. She understands that the entire situation was part of their larger plan, known as the Toledo panic button. The package Owens had left earlier contained the real algorithm all along. Owens drives Nicky and Jess to a nearby hospital, reminding Nicky of what he once said about putting heart into the game and saying he'll be keeping the money.
Look back. You made your choice. So I'm taking the money. All of it.
Explains a lot.
As they reach the entrance, Jess helps Nicky walk inside. He notices the watch on Jess's wrist, the same one that once belonged to Garriga. And with that, the movie ends. Let us know in the comments how you liked the explanation. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.